Gonna show our pride at Old Town McVay. Gonna embrace hard work each and every day. Gonna show our pride at Old Town McVay. Gonna embrace hard work each and every day.
Good morning, McVay Elementary. Today is Friday, March 17th, 2020. Here are your daily video announcements. And we actually have some very special guests joining us today. Mr. and Mrs. McLean, how are y'all doing?
Hi, good. How are you guys?
Hi.
Oh, we are doing great. It is such a treat to have you. What have you been doing during your stay-at-home break?
Relaxing, getting time with our puppy dog, just having a good time together, I guess.
It doesn't seem all that different from school because we work at the same place and now we work at the same place.
Our offices and classrooms are just a little closer now.
Yeah.
Nice.
She's working instead of downstairs, so.
That's terrific. Well, we are so happy to have you here on the morning announcements supporting us, and I'm sure many of our students are excited to see you as well. So let's get into it. The weather today will have some snow and rain showers throughout the day. It is going to be a high of 49 degrees, so students, please stay inside, stay dry, and stay warm.
All right, and we have some birthdays to give a shout out for. Today, we want to wish a happy birthday to Eliza from Miss Walker, to Crosby from Miss Smith, and we want to wish a happy birthday on Sunday to Jackson from Miss Tressline's, and Ben from Miss Powell, Elijah from Miss Clausen's rooms. Happy birthday.
If we had some balloons and like one of those little blower things, we'd do it for you.
Yeah, sorry. Just imagine.
Awesome. That is great. We hope you students have awesome birthdays today and this weekend. And now for your joke of the day. Today's joke is actually coming to us from Simon in Miss Backwit's class. So let's take a look.
What did the plate say to the other plate? I don't know. Dinner's on me.
All right, Simon, that was great. Thanks so much for sharing that. We appreciate you sending in those jokes. Keep sending them in, students and staff. We've loved being able to show those on the daily announcements.
Next up, we have This Day in History. And on this day, in 1964, the Ford Motor Company unveiled its new Mustang model at the New York World's Fair.
Wow, very cool. Mr. McLean, I heard that your first car was actually a Mustang.
Actually, the first 5 cars were not a Mustang at all.
Oh.
We've been driving the Hondas, just good adult choices.
Nice, that's great. And now we will move on for our principal's message. Students, this week we have been talking all about having a positive attitude. We've talked about what that looks like, what positive attitudes look like at home, and how positive attitudes can influence others. And to end the week, we want to just remind ourselves of how having a positive attitude really sets the foundation for all other parts of pride. Positive attitudes allows us to be respectful, to show integrity, to be determined, and to be able to give that effort in whatever it is we're doing. Mr. and Mrs. McLean, how do you all feel like you've been showing a positive attitude over these last few weeks?
I think I've been just trying to think of everything as a blessing that we wouldn't have had before. So time together that we wouldn't have had, and time to be out on our porch when it's really nice and take a lot more walks. So I think I've been thinking of things that could have been maybe seen as hard as more of a blessing, and things we wouldn't have gotten to do normally.
I think it's a good opportunity. There are a lot of challenges for everybody doing new things with technology. And I know that we both had some times where we were just really frustrated with how to get things on the computer or which programs to use and things like that. And I think we were able to recognize with each other that, it might be a good time to help somebody out. And so we were able to sort of transfer the positive attitude to the other person, kind of keep things lighter.
And breaks are good. Taking breaks realizing we're all having frustrations and we all need to be just saying, you know what, let me just take a little break from this, go take a walk, get some fresh air.
Kit Kat breaks too.
Yeah, Kit Kat breaks are good.
Definitely, that's awesome. Well, a lot of what you all have said has really exemplified what it means to be a pioneer and to show that positive attitude as part of Pioneer Pride. So thank you for that. It's been great talking this week about positive attitude. And students, next week we'll be moving on to respect. So let's look forward to that.
Next up, we have some extra credit challenges. It's a great day to stay inside and get some exercise. So choose your favorite Go Noodle video and dance along. You can search online for Go Noodle, and there are tons of awesome dances to choose from. And if you do one, make sure you tag us at #McVay Extra Credit to let us know what dance you did. I know my students, we danced every day, at least 3 times a day. I tried to do dancing in like the live chats together, and it was super slow, so we were freezing, but it was still really fun to try to do that together. So I know my students should be doing this for sure.
That's awesome. I remember even when we're at McVay, every time I come into Miss McLean's class, I love seeing those Go Noodle dance videos. So it's a great way to take a break, to get some energy out, and then to be able to kind of get ready to do some more hard work after. So we look forward to that. And now to our daily announcements. Students and families, just a final reminder that today is the last day of this week with our Chromebook pickups. Remember, you can pick those up if you are still in need of a device from 11 to 1 at Huber Ridge Elementary today and 5 to 7 p.m. at Robert Frost Elementary. Please make sure you let a teacher or staff member know if you are still in need of getting a device. We've also talked that this month, April, is National Poetry Month, and I thought a fun way to end this week might be to have a poem read. And so, Mr. McLean, it sounds like you've got a poem for us.
Yeah, this one's about just being happy with the way some things are, And yeah, it's a great poem by Jack Paletsky called "Be Glad Your Nose is on Your Face." It goes, "Be glad your nose is on your face, not pasted on some other place. For if it were where it is not, you might dislike your nose a lot. Imagine if your precious nose were sandwiched in between your toes. That clearly would not be a treat. You'd be forced to smell your feet. Your nose would be a source of dread. Were it attached atop your head, it soon would drive you to despair, forever tickled by your hair. Within your ear, your nose would be an absolute catastrophe. For when you were obliged to sneeze, your brain would rattle from the breeze. Your nose, instead, through thick and thin, remains between your eyes and chin, not pasted on some other place. So be glad your nose is on your face."
Wow, that was quite the tongue twister. Great job, Mr. McLean. Thanks for sharing that. That is a great reminder. I am glad that my nose is on my face.
Right there in the middle.
And now we've got our next segment of Pets of McVay. So let's be sure, in honor of April being National Pet Month, let's take a look at some pets. I think Mr. McLean's got one here right for us. Oh, there's Scratch.
This is Scratch. Hey, he's selling socks still.
Say hi. Say hi, McVay. We miss you.
Awesome. Here, let's take some more looks at Pets of McVay. All right, that is terrific. We love seeing all the pets of our staff and students. So cute, so furry, and some awesome names. So be sure to keep sending those in. We love showcasing those all April. And now we have an exciting first-time new segment on the announcements today, and that is actually our Minute with the McLeans. I've got the McLeans here. I'm going to put 1 minute on the clock, and I'm going to ask them some questions to see what they think. So, Mr. and Mrs. McLean, are you ready?
Yeah,
we're ready.
We're ready.
All right, here we go. Would you rather, Mr. McLean, would you rather have a personal-sized, life-size robot or a jetpack?
100% robot.
Mrs. McLean, would you rather eat a bowl of spaghetti noodles without sauce or a bowl of spaghetti sauce without noodles?
Noodles.
Got it.
No
Mr. McLean, would you rather have eyes that change color depending on your mood or hair that changes color depending on the temperature?
I think my eyes changing color with my mood.
Mrs. McLean, would you rather have an elephant-sized cat or a cat-sized elephant?
How about a cat-sized elephant?
Totally agree.
That sounds cool. Mr. McLean, would you rather eat a worm or a grasshopper?
Worm.
Mrs. McLean, would you rather have super strength or super speed?
Super strength.
Mr. McLean, would you rather have a cupcake or a piece of cake?
Cupcake, and we're actually gonna make them probably today.
Gonna make some.
And finally, Mrs. McLean, would you rather be a babysitter or a dog sitter?
A dog sitter. Yeah.
Well, I think you're going to be doing both here pretty soon, aren't you?
Right. Yep. I'm gonna be doing both.
All right, Mr. and Mrs. McLean, you are off of the hot seat. That was a minute with the McLeans.
Woo. We made
Now,
it.
students, it is time for some shout outs and kudos. Let's get those shout outs rolling. Our first shout out is for Lincoln, who has been reading a lot of books on Epic. Way to go, buddy, from Miss Dapo's class. Next, we have Bless, Tyson, Laney, and Christian and Lawson, all from Miss Wagner, who have been sending her lots of pictures and videos of their work. Way to go, students. Ryan from Miss McLean recorded a video of her reading a book aloud and shared it with her teacher. Awesome job, Ryan. These students from Miss Florence's class have been taking advantage of all the great books on Epic. They are reading machines. Lila, Adam, and Riley, you all get shout outs. Next from Miss Florence's class, we have Evie, Carlin, Adam, Riley, Lila, Max, Landon, August, and Najad. All got on Epic and read a severe weather report, a severe weather book for their weather reports. Way to be responsible students. Nice job. Mrs. McLean has given out a shout out to her whole class and their parents for working so hard on all their work and being patient with the new normals of school. We really do appreciate everything y'all are doing. Miss Clouston has given a shout out to Jaden and his mom, Quincy and his mom, and Ethan and his mom. So that is awesome for working so hard with Miss Clouston to find and complete assignments despite some Chromebook issues. We really appreciate those students and their families embracing and navigating that hard work. Eddie from Miss T has been working hard on his writing to send to Miss T. Awesome job, Eddie. Way to go, buddy. We're so proud of you. Zaylin, also from Miss Tresseline, you sent an awesome video of you practicing the pledge to Mrs. Livingston and Miss T. Way to go, Zaylin. That's great. Miss T has a couple more shout outs to her AM and PM classes. Shout out to all of Miss T's friends who have joined the Google Meet video yesterday to share awesome writing and seeing their faces. She loves seeing your smiling faces and getting to see how hard y'all are working. Awesome job, kindergarten friends. We've got another shout out to Katie, who gave us the joke of the day yesterday. That was awesome. And Miss T has also given a shout out to her parents of kindergartners for thank you for working so hard with all of your kids at home. We really do appreciate all the work you're doing to keep that home learning afloat and going. That is awesome. Will and Emberlyn from Miss McLean's class are getting shout out for passing Lexi levels. And then Marion, Clark, Jake, and Liam, all from Miss Cooper, they met their weekly goal for Dreambox lessons for the week of April 13th. And Tion from Miss Cooper's class as well met the weekly goal for units gained on Lexia. Way to go, students. And finally, Jackson from Miss D and Miss Bechtel's class, you passed Lexia level. Way to go, buddy. And we've got just one kudos for today to end the week. Miss Tresseline is giving a kudos out to Miss Verdina, Miss Drum, and Miss Smalley for being great teammates and all the support during this challenging and difficult time. She wants to know that you all rock. Our whole staff rocks. Our class, our students rock. It is just so awesome to read so many shout outs and kudos. Keep up the great work, boys and girls. Awesome job, students. It is great to hear from so many shout outs and kudos. Now it is time for the Pledge of Allegiance and the Pioneer Pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I choose to respect myself and others by listening and following adult directions, speaking appropriately, keeping hands, feet, and objects to myself, walking at home, being prepared to learn. This is who I am, even when no one is watching me.
All right, it's been fun. Thank you so much, everyone, for hanging out with us today and this week. And I got to give a big shout out to Mr. and Mrs. McLean for co-hosting with us today. It has been so great to have you all. We hope that everyone has an awesome weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. And remember,
Keep repping that Pioneer pride.
Gotta show our pride, showing effort cause we tried. Positive attitude, show respect cause we're not rude. We got integrity, doing good that you will see. Determined to be nice, yeah, that's how we live our lives.
Got that pioneer pride. Rep that pioneer pride. Got that pioneer pride. Rep that pioneer pride.